Here we are, another amplifier video, another rock solid slipcover. Let's see what's underneath this one. We have, off you come, my Cornford Harlequin. So, I've always had my eyes on Cornford amplifiers. When I bought my very first Mesa, I was actually cross-shopping it with a Cornford Harlequin at the time. Harlequin was a 20 watt amp, and the Mesa that I bought was an Express 525, so kind of 20-25 watt gain ranges, and I ended up choosing the Mesa because it was a bit more flexible and gave me a few more options, and I left the Hurricane alone. But Cornfords have never been far from my mind, and when this one came up in Anderton's, I couldn't resist buying it. It was actually really early on in the sale, so the post had just been put up. It had actually been put up, and I got to it so early that they actually hadn't even had time to really inspect the amplifier. So I called them up, and they were quite honest about it. They told me they hadn't really had time to inspect it, and I thought, you know, see for the price of it, I'm going to take a punt on it, and I'm going to go for it, and I'm really glad I did. So this is a 6 watt amplifier, all hand wired, pine cabinet. It's quite a big cabinet for a 1x12, I think that's been remarked on before. Vintage 30 in the back, and it's one of the older UK made vintage 30s. Production moved to the Far East at one point, but these are one of the old ones. As I say, 6 watts, easily usable at home. This is what I use when I'm in the bedroom, down the living room. If I need something that's really low powered, this is what I'll do. This is what I'll use. It's a fantastic amplifier. It's got a beautiful breakup sound on it. Not too much clean headroom. Beautiful breakup, and it's got a very unusual overdrive and high gain sound. It's very much its own thing. It's not like a Fender, it's not like a Marshall, not like a Vox. It's very much Cornford in design. And these went through a couple of changes. It ended up, it had a white panel at one point, and then this lovely metal grille was changed to a cloth grille at some point, but I think this is kind of one of the earlier ones. This is serial number in the early 500s. Now, what I have done is that plate, which contains the serial number, I've actually turned it around because all of the serial numbers were hand marked and pen on, and I want that serial number and everything that's there just to remain perfect. So I've flipped the plate round so that that can't get smudged off or anything. Looking at the controls again, so we've got our power switch here, no standby. Harlequin MK1. Now everybody initially thought that stood for Mark 1, and a lot of people said, well, where's the Mark 2 amplifier? Doesn't stand for Mark 1. MK stands for Martin Kidd. Martin Kidd's the designer of the amplifier, and if his name rings a bell, it's because he is the founder of Victory Amplifiers, but he worked for Paul Cornford as his amp designer at one point. Volume, that's the gain control, bass, treble. It's quite a warm amplifier, and because of the cabinet and stuff, I've got the bass kind of tucked back a little bit. High-low inputs, the voice switch, in its lower position it's scooped out, up position, mids are a wee bit pushed forward, and a master volume. No reverb, no mid control, apart from the switch. no presents, no anything. This is literally plug and go. It is such a good amplifier. That kind of break up sound, it's excellent. That's really where I like it sitting. The high gain stuff's really nice, but for just a break up sound that you can dial back with your volume control, it's definitely what I prefer. Small Cornford logo, they changed that to a larger logo at one point. And the handle on this is non-original. The handle that did come with it was just one of these kind of cheap things that split right in the middle, and you'll usually see that with these. It's these kind of faux leather handles, and as I say, the one that when I got this, it was in perfect condition, and then it split. So I contacted a leather worker called McFrosty, and I sent him the nickel handle parts, and he custom made me this leather handle, so this will last for absolute years. It's a beautiful piece. I'll just see if I can get a little bit of detail on that. Oh, hand stitch, so handmade, really thick leather. It's not a heavy amp, but it will support it for years. All the nickel on the corner protectors is all nicely worn. As I say, it's got that beautiful metal kit guard on it. The oxblood colour Tolex is absolutely stunning. Looks beautiful in the dark, looks beautiful in the light. It's a very distinctive finish to this amplifier. And it's really just a cracking small home amp. It's meant to be designed as a recording amp, so that you can mic it up quite quickly. Beautiful pine cabinet too. And interesting fact about this is on the inside of the amplifier, on the chassis, the person who assembled and built the amplifier always marked his name and the date that the amplifier was made. So this amp was made on the 29th of April 2003 by L. Williams. And on one of the amplifier forums, I think it was either Cornford forum or it was a tube amplifier forum, I posted a picture of it and posted a picture of the chassis with that signature and that date on it. And Martin Kidd actually came back and replied to me and noted that that date was L. Williams's birthday, 29th of April. So that's quite an interesting little fact I've had verified by Paul Cornford about this amp. And for the price that I picked it up at and what it does, now the fact that they're not manufactured anymore, they haven't been for some years, and there is quite a loyal following to Cornford amplifiers, this will stay in my collection, it will never leave. So there we have it, my Cornford Harlequin MK1.